Imagine meeting the person you'll spend the rest of your life with. You laugh together, you travel together, you raise children together, but you never kiss. Not because you're forbidden to, not because you're afraid to, because the idea simply doesn't exist. As strange as that sounds, millions of people throughout history lived exactly that way. Even today, there are cultures where romantic kissing has never been a normal part of love. So here's the question. If kissing feels so natural, why didn't every human society invent it? And if it's truly instinctive, why do we kiss with our eyes closed? The answer takes us millions of years into our past, through forgotten civilizations, hidden chemistry inside your brain, and an evolutionary mystery scientists are still trying to solve. Because every kiss you have ever shared is carrying a story that began long before the first cities, long before written language, perhaps even before we became fully human. Most people never question kissing. It's treated as one of the most obvious expressions of love. Movies revolve around it, songs celebrate it, entire relationships seem to build toward a single kiss. It feels so universal that we assume humans have always done it. But history tells a different story. When anthropologists began comparing cultures across the world, they discovered something unexpected. Romantic kissing wasn't nearly as universal as anyone believed. Some societies considered it intimate, others thought it was strange. Some found it unpleasant. A few had no tradition of romantic kissing at all. That discovery raised a much bigger question. If kissing isn't universal, where did it come from? Was it invented, learned, or is it something much older than civilization itself? To answer that, we have to travel back thousands of years to the first moments humans ever recorded a kiss. The oldest written evidence of kissing doesn't come from Rome, or Greece, or Egypt. Instead, it appears in ancient Mesopotamia. More than 4,000 years ago, scribes pressed tiny wedge-shaped symbols into wet clay tablets. Those tablets recorded contracts, prayers, poetry, and something surprisingly familiar: lovers kissing. These weren't casual descriptions, they treated kissing as an expression of affection and desire, showing that it was already woven into everyday life. But here's what makes this fascinating. The first written record of something isn't necessarily the first time it happened. Writing itself is only about 5,000 years old. Humans have existed for roughly 300,000 years. That's like opening the final page of a very long novel and assuming the story started there. Long before anyone carved words into stone or clay, humans were already forming families, raising children, and building communities. So where did kissing begin? Ancient India offers another clue. Early Sanskrit texts describe different kinds of kisses with remarkable detail. Not just romance, but the emotions behind physical affection. Elsewhere, Egyptian artwork often shows couples standing nose to nose rather than lip to lip, leaving historians divided over whether kisses were common or simply represented differently in art. Every civilization leaves behind another piece of the puzzle, but none provides the complete picture. And then anthropologists made an even stranger discovery. Some modern hunter-gatherer societies, living lifestyles that resemble aspects of humanity's distant past, show little or no tradition of romantic kissing. They fall in love, they marry, they raise children. Yet kissing isn't central to those relationships. That changes everything. Because if entire societies can experience love without kissing, then kissing cannot be the universal instinct we once imagined. So what is happening every time two people kiss? Why does your heart race? Why do your pupils change? Why does a simple touch between two lips trigger one of the most powerful chemical reactions in the human body? To answer that, we have to leave archaeology behind and step inside the human brain. The moment your lips touch another person's, your brain begins performing one of the fastest and most complex chemical reactions in your entire body. Long before you consciously decide how you feel, millions of neurons have already started making that decision for you. A kiss activates dozens of regions across the brain simultaneously. The reward system lights up. Your heart beats faster. Your breathing changes. Even your pupils subtly respond. One of the first chemicals released is dopamine, the same neurotransmitter involved in motivation, anticipation, and reward. It isn't simply making the kiss enjoyable. It's encouraging your brain to remember the person standing in front of you. Then comes oxytocin. Often called the bonding hormone, oxytocin strengthens feelings of trust, safety, and emotional connection. It's also released when parents hold their newborn children, when friends embrace, when people experience deep emotional closeness. Your brain is quietly saying, "This person matters." At the same time, stress hormones begin to fall. For many couples, cortisol, the hormone associated with stress, drops after affectionate physical contact. Your body literally becomes calmer. But here's where things become even stranger. Scientists believe a kiss may also be collecting information you never consciously notice. Human skin constantly releases tiny chemical compounds. Although humans don't rely on smell the way many animals do, your nose is still processing an enormous amount of information. Some researchers believe kissing helps people subconsciously evaluate biological compatibility. Not beauty, not wealth, not personality. Compatibility. Studies have suggested that people are often more attracted to partners whose immune system genes differ from their own. Greater genetic diversity may produce children with stronger immune defenses. In other words, part of your attraction may be happening entirely beneath your awareness. You think you're choosing, but evolution may already have cast its vote. And yet, if kissing evolved to help humans choose partners, why have entire cultures lived without it? Wouldn't evolution make it universal? That mystery puzzled anthropologists for decades, until they started looking beyond biology and into culture. When researchers began comparing societies around the world, they expected to find kissing almost everywhere. Instead, they found something completely unexpected. Many cultures expressed love without romantic kissing at all. Couples still fell deeply in love. Parents adored their children. Families formed lifelong bonds. But kissing wasn't considered an important part of affection. Some communities preferred touching foreheads. Others gently rubbed noses. Some expressed intimacy through prolonged eye contact, shared rituals, or simply spending time together. To them, exchanging saliva wasn't romantic. It was unnecessary, or even unpleasant. That discovery challenged one of our deepest assumptions. Love is universal, but the way humans express love is remarkably flexible. Culture shapes behavior just as powerfully as biology. Think about language. Every human is born capable of learning language, but no baby is born speaking English, Arabic, Japanese, or Spanish. Culture provides the words. Perhaps kissing works the same way. Evolution built the capacity for close physical bonding. Culture decided whether that bond would be expressed with lips or with something entirely different. So if biology gave us the ability and culture decided how to use it, there's still one question left unanswered. Why did kissing become so widespread in so many civilizations? To answer that, we have to go back millions of years, to a time before cities, before writing, before history itself. So where did kissing actually come from? The truth is, nobody knows for certain. Unlike fire, or farming, or the wheel, kissing leaves no fossils, no ancient tools, no physical evidence. All scientists can do is piece together clues from evolution, anthropology, and human behavior. One of the oldest theories begins with mothers and their children. Long before baby food existed, mothers in many ancient societies chewed food before passing it directly into an infant's mouth. To us, that sounds unusual, but for thousands of generations, it was an efficient way to feed children who couldn't chew on their own. Some anthropologists believe romantic kissing may have evolved from this early form of mouth-to-mouth nurturing. Over time, an act of survival may have become an act of affection. Another theory focuses on smell. Humans don't realize how much information they gather through scent. Every person carries a unique chemical signature. When two faces come close together, the brain quietly collects tiny clues about health, stress, hormones, and even genetic compatibility. A kiss may simply be evolution's most efficient way of getting close enough to read those signals. Then there's the social bonding theory. Throughout human history, survival depended on cooperation. People who formed stronger relationships were more likely to protect one another, raise children successfully, and survive difficult environments. Physical affection became a way of reinforcing trust, not just emotionally, but biologically. Perhaps kissing wasn't designed for romance at all. Perhaps romance borrowed something evolution had already created for connection. And that idea changes everything. Because it means your first kiss, your wedding kiss, the kiss you give your child before bed, may all be using the same ancient biological system. One behavior, many meanings, millions of years in the making. The next time you kiss someone, it might feel like a simple moment, just two people sharing affection. But hidden beneath that moment is a story stretching back through thousands of generations. A story of survival, of trust, of families, of evolution quietly shaping human connection long before anyone understood what love even was. Maybe that's why a kiss can say so much without a single word. Because your lips are speaking a language far older than civilization itself. A language written not in books, but in the history of being human. If there's one lesson hidden inside this story, it's this. The smallest things we do every day often carry the deepest history. And once you begin looking for those hidden stories, you realize the human body is filled with mysteries we've only just begun to understand. Thank you for watching. If you enjoy exploring the hidden history behind ordinary human behavior, consider subscribing, because the next question might change the way you see yourself all over again.